How's it going, New World? Sethphir here, and apparently I have found my calling as a lumberjack on the PTR. I've been hard at work testing the new Trade Skill Aptitude system, and I have a few more trees to chop here before we reach Trade Skill Aptitude level 3, past the 200 mark. And if you don't know what the Trade Skill Aptitude system is, I'll explain it to you briefly while we finish up these last little bit of trees here. But essentially, when you level up to 200 in a profession, you will then get these little bubbles or ticks around in sort of these little pointy points here, and once you fill it all the way up, you will reach a box. So each tick or checkpoint will be a box, and the box will be scaled up depending on that tick or that checkpoint. So you're going to get a tier 1 aptitude box for the first one, a tier 2 for the second, and a tier 3 for the third, each having better materials or rewards than the previous one. And in addition to that, it is a way to get the emerald gypsum, which will be required for creating gypsum in the gypsum kiln located in most of the high level towns. So as we get this final tree here, we have hit the aptitude level 1. As you can see, my counter has increased, and we'll just run away from this evil little wolf here and find a nice spot to sit down and check out what kind of goodies we got. So as you can see here, it says logging level 1 with this little up arrow. That's going to be 200 skill plus 1 in the aptitude, so you can keep track of how many times that you have sort of completed this endeavor, right? Like you went around the circle, you've fully capped out your XP again, and you've gained the bonus benefits. So before, the boxes used to not give that many items inside them, and in fact very little in general. But now they are giving quite a lot more items. So we'll go ahead and head to town and check out the trade post and the gypsum kiln and all that good stuff so that we can see what kind of goodies we're going to be getting from these boxes. I do have the Trade Skill 2 box and the Trade Skill Aptitude 3 box that we're going to go ahead and open. I opened the first one in the previous video that I did today, and I was so surprised to see the amount of materials that I was getting from that box was significantly increased. So let's go ahead and check these out here. As you can see, I have the tier 2 box is the crate of logging materials. The first one was green, and I received an emerald gypsum, and when I completed the actual tick of the aptitude, the Trade Skill Aptitude from the logging, and inside the first green box that I have, I got 6 legendary barb vine, I believe an azoth vial, and a bit of ironwood. So it was kind of interesting to see that. Before, I didn't receive that. Oh, I also got a vial of sap. That's right. This is the reinforced logging luck item. So that could be used to create tools with guaranteed luck on it, which is quite nice, actually. So let's go ahead and open up the crate of the blue materials and see what we get. And that is going to be, wow, 10 wildwood, which is quite a lot, actually. I'm surprised on that. 2 of the steel lumberjack charms. So it looks like you're getting charms related to whatever that profession is that you're doing. So I'm assuming if you were doing like armor smithing, you would probably get some armor smithing related items as well. This one also has logging luck for the items at 5%, so it's going to be quite a bit. So these can be used on your tools. You can add them in and create tools with specific perks on them that you would want. I also got 3 vials of suspended azoth, so it looks like they're giving us a lot more azoth here, but I do like this 10 wildwood. That's going to be enough for me to create a glittering ebony for the day. So that's very nice to see that in the Trade Skill Aptitude box for tier 2. Now let's check out the tier 3, and hopefully we get some super sweet materials in here. It is kind of RNG. They all have their own pool of items, and we will be going to the New World database after this to kind of take a little sneak peek at what's all coming into some of these boxes, just so that you can see some of the cool things coming up with this Trade Skill Aptitude system into the future and the adjustments that are constantly being made on the PTR. So let's go ahead and dive in now and see what this one is. And it looks like we got 12 wildwood, 4 barb vine, a lumberjack yielding XP charm, which is going to be really nice because people are going to want that with the new Trade Skill Aptitude system. 4 vials of azoth, some draughts of sap, and vials of sap. So basically just everything that is required to make your resources or tools within that profession. So exactly as they stated in the previous patch notes, you're going to be getting a lot of goodies from this. So this actually was not very hard for me to level up, to be honest. It only takes a little bit of XP here to get around these bubble bars. Quite a few amount at first, but I'm guessing that this counter goes up. Maybe this XP is also going to go up, and maybe the rewards will get even better. That would be really cool to see. So hopefully that keeps scaling up into infinity, and we can just keep getting more and more rewards as you become an expert in the profession that you choose to do. So for me on live, I'm going to be doing logging and arcana just because I like them, and I want to make a lot of caster weapons, right? That's just going to be what I'm going to do. It may not be the most profitable. I'm sure there's plenty of better things like smelting and mining and armoring and weaponsmithing that you could do that would make you tons of money, and probably even furnishing as well. So be sure to check those out. So now let's go ahead and dive on over into the New World Database section and take a look at some of these boxes that will be coming up. Alright, and as you can see, we are here on the New World Database website, our handy dandy friend that has a lot of the information that we want to know. So we're going to go ahead and go up here to the top, and as you can see, there's a live version and a PTR version. This is going to be the latest, December 8th, which is the patch that they just put out that changed the way that Trade Skill Aptitude was working, as well as a lot of other things. So we'll go ahead and go in there, and we'll take a look at this Trade Skill Aptitude guide, as it is going to list out a lot of the boxes that we see here in a very easy fashion. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that one we were just looking at. So this is the package of specialized logging materials. And as we can see here, we can see the list of possible drops. It looks like a bunch of different things that can be used here, but this one's going to be very important, getting this little charm here, which you can guarantee a craft of jewelry that gives you 9.4% more maximum health. So that's the one that I'm after. I'm going to be going after that. It will be pretty interesting. There's a lot of other cool things within here. You can get thrust damage reduction and a lot of other different steel, lumberjack charms like we received in our boxes. And then as you can see, wildwood and barbed vine is within the quantity. Looks like it lists quantity 4 to 6, so all of this information is probably still being compiled, as we were able to get 12 wildwood as we saw in the other part section over there. So that's kind of cool to see a lot of this stuff coming in. So from there is going to be a good example of that. Ones that I'm curious on would probably be smelting. So let's go ahead and check out the smelting box. And yes, you can see here you are able to get cinnabar and tolvium. That does seem very good. So getting cinnabar and tolvium from these boxes would make mining quite worth it. And then we'll check out the mining box itself, as that probably will contain a lot of good materials. Yep, it looks like there's a lot of nice things in there. I wonder if the chunk of concentrated iron is here, because that's one that a lot of people want. Looks like it's not, but you can still get solvium and cinnabar and a lot of other goodies in there that will have high market value, as well as the chunk of adderstone, which is that luck item. So that's going to be a nice one as well. And then we'll take an example of... Oh, I actually want to take a peek at fishing and see if there's anything interesting we can get here. Looks like bait and things like that. So nothing too interesting. No worries on that. So we'll take a look at some of the big boy crates. This will probably be like the armoring crate. So it looks like you get chunk of adderstone. Wow, a whole wide variety of this. Ooh, asmodium, apparently. Asmodium, runic leather, and phoenix weave. That's going to be very interesting. And then a lot of these patterns. The patterns are going to be what people are really after. The 600 gear score guaranteeds. There are quite a lot of different sets with different looks on them as well. So it's going to be really cool to see what all of these sets actually look like. They have some wild names, so it'll be interesting to see what's coming out of those boxes. So that's going to be the armoring section there. We'll also check out the weaponsmithing area, because I am a little bit curious on this. Looks like the main thing will be some of these drops of vicious azoth, which is going to be the life stealing, some of the good charms coming out of here. So these are going to be all great. And as we can see, there are the 24-hour cooldowns, asmodium, glittering ebony, and runic leather, as well as the rapier recipes, the great axe recipes, a lot of these cool models coming out that we haven't seen in the game before. Ooh, grave robbers series. That sounds like it'd be pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of interesting stuff here, to be honest. So I'm excited for this system. Let me know what you think down below. Honestly, I think it would be a blast to try to level up a lot of these professions and just see what you get from the aptitude. But again, my recommendation would be to like pick one or two essentially and use that to kind of define what you want to aim for, because the more proficient you are in your profession, you're probably going to know the routes and you're going to be able to get it done quicker, which means you're going to get more of those crates and boxes. And you can even target like a high value box or crate and see what you're kind of getting from a lot of those things. All right, well, that's pretty much going to be it for this one. Thanks for your time in watching the video, everyone. Make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button down below. We also have a join button if you wish to become a member today, and a Discord in the description link if you want to join in, just chat it up with us. Thanks for your time, and we will catch you in the next video.